What's up, everybody? Haven't done this in a little while. Chris here. I'm sitting here at the church. It's about 8:30 on Thursday night. I'm actually sitting here filling up the baptism tank, getting this ready for Sunday. And I'm kind of looking out over the auditorium about all the chairs and tables that are set up for this weekend's women's get together on Saturday. Evidently, a lot of you have signed up for that, which is awesome, man. I want to encourage you that if you haven't, this is a great time for you to just kind of be in community with other women. And so, man, don't just push that to the side. Don't rob yourself of being in community with other people. And so, two things I want to do with this video. I got two things to share with you. The first thing is this: that John 7:17 that we walked through last week. When I drew that picture up on the board. Here's what I would love for you to do. I would love for you to test that. Just test it. When you get into a situation, man, just have it in your mind. I know what my normal default is in this moment, but I know that if I choose God's will, He promises me that I will see the kingdom come into that moment. And so, man, I want to encourage you just to try it. One time, just try it between now and Sunday. Just try it. When you get yourself into a situation, what you normally do, stop it and say, man, what is it that God would have me do in this moment? What is that God would have me do in this moment? And then choose that. Choose that. And see what happens, right? He says, anybody who chooses that, anybody who chooses His will over his own flesh, man, He promises them they will understand whether His teachings come from heaven or whether they just come from man. And it's a good way to start kind of seeing if the Lord's accurate in that. Just see Him. Just test it. Now, the other thing I want to share with you is that in about 3 weeks from this coming Sunday, we are shifting service times, right? And you're saying, well, why are we doing that? And the truth of it is that, man, I just talk a lot, right? That's really the answer. Man, when I get fired up preaching the word, I just want to teach it. And if you haven't noticed, man, I'm not really slowing down with that. In fact, I think I'm getting ramped up even more and more. And so, even last week, the last couple Sundays, we've been tracking this since I've been here, and we keep inching closer and closer and closer to that 11 o'clock time. And we're kind of, last week, man, we were 5 minutes right on top of the 11 o'clock service. And so, man, here's a couple things that happen when that goes down. Is that, number one, you don't get a chance just to be with people. Right? Because you're moving from one service to the next. Everybody's running to their next positions in Kid City. People are in the lobby waiting. People are coming out of the lobby. There's just massive moment. And we want to pause in that. We want to slow down. We want you to walk through the story of the Lord with the people of the church and not feel like you've got to run from one place to the next. And so in 3 weeks, we're going to shift service times. Instead of having 9:30, we're going to move that up to 9 o'clock. And we're going to leave the 11 o'clock service the same. We're doing that to honor the workers in Kid City. We're doing that to honor you. We're honoring just to the sake of honoring time. And man, we want you to have time after the service to still sit with the Lord if you want to. If we'd go from 9 to 10:30, you got time just to sit with the Lord. You don't have to rush out of here because the next group of people are running in. You can just sit still with Jesus. If you want to walk in the lobby, man, and just enjoy the company of the believers, you get to do that. And man, and that's what we're shooting for. And so we got together as a staff this week, and man, we just kind of talked to the Lord about it and said, man, there's nothing really stopping us from doing it. And so that's what we're doing. So in 3 weeks, you've heard it here first, we're going to be moving service times from 9 to 11. That'll give us time to finish up John 7, right? So we'll be in the Festival of Tabernacles for that entire time. And man, it is an honor to get to be your pastor. It really is an honor to get to be your pastor. So much life change this week. It's so many stories of transformation. The Lord has encouraged me well through you. And so, man, I just want to tell you that I love you. For a guy who was sick of Sunday, can I just be honest with you and tell you that I can't wait for it to show up. I just can't wait to show it up so that I can be with you, that we can worship the Lord, man, and that we can let the fire of heaven fall down on top of us. And so, guys, I love you. I look forward to seeing you Sunday, man. Be safe on the weekend. We'll talk to you soon.